up, YouTube? Lofton checking in again. Your boy is now in Oklahoma. I'm on my third load headed to Texas. Figured I'd do a video based on some of the mistakes I made since I've been out here. Maybe it's some of y'all who new to driving trucks like I am, and just got your truck, company or lease or whatever. Probably made the same mistakes, maybe not, I don't know. But yeah. So after I got my truck, went to sign my lease, had my fleet manager sign my lease. They had a load for me like right there before I even turned my lease in. A load was ready for me. Going to Illinois, Crafton, Illinois. So my first screw up happened right out the gate. I'm talking about as soon as I left. Got 20 miles down the road, and realized that I was still in off-duty driving, for one. Two, I left Springfield without my load locks, my trip sheets, or my comm checks. So yeah, luckily I wasn't that far down the road, so I just pulled over, went to sleep, woke up that morning early, and drove back, mainly because the load I was on was only like 400 miles, so I knew I could make that pretty easily. Plus it wasn't due till Thursday. So yeah, went back, picked all that stuff up. Then I get to Illinois. It was a drop and hook load, Champaign, Illinois, at the craft. And so they tell me, okay, since this is drop hook load, you with prime and everything, go to the rear of the facility, like all the way in the back, and check in. So for those of y'all who don't know, I have not, well, in TNT I didn't back a lot at all. Like I backed once, to be completely honest with you. After PSD I backed maybe 2 or 3 times, and then most of my backing came when I was ready to test out to get my CDL. So yeah, when I got out here, my backing, I was not confident at all. I was looking at videos, looking online, trying to figure out some tips to help me back and everything, watching people while I'm at truck stops, calling people, texting my friends and everything that I met out here, just trying to figure out. But none of that really helped me, because I'm a hands-on type person. So I get there, check in, and since it was so far in the back, it wasn't like you can pull in and pull out on the other side. It was like you had to pull in, back around. Turn around and then go back. So that took me 30 minutes to finally get turned around. It was kind of tight in there, and I wasn't trying to hit nobody's stuff. Whatever. She told me to just, since it was drop hook, she told me to just drop it in the lot. So I'm like, okay, perfect. Drop this load. And what I did was, since I realized that, I'm out here by myself now and I really got to learn how to back, I took advantage of it being drop and hook, and I found a lot where it wasn't that many trailers at, and I practiced. I just practiced. It wasn't like they was waiting on that load. It wasn't due to the next day anyway. So I just practiced until I kind of felt comfortable. So then so that that basically told me to use everything to your advantage. If you got a load that's dropping hook and you don't feel comfortable backing, find you a spot where ain't too much stuff around, and get your technique down. Figure out what you got to do to back. Then so I had dropped that load, picked up the empty trailer. Second mistake was, well, that's not my second mistake, but whatever. I'm leaving, and when you're leaving, they want you to keep your trailer doors open. Make sure you don't have no product left on the trailer and whatnot. So I get there, and I pull up on the scale. Mind you, at this time I have one of those old trailers, and the latches to keep the door strapped down and open was broke. So I let the lady know that, and she was like, oh wow. She was like, yeah, some trailers have that happen and all that good stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever. I can you can check, I can get out, close the door. She was like, oh no, our policy is you can't get out while you're on the scale. And I'm like, really? And she's acting like she's not gonna close the door. She was just like, oh yeah, just be real careful. And I'm just like, wow, this is so crazy. So I'm driving slow as I can, the left door swinging open while the right door closing. So I'm just like, you know what, whatever. Trying to drive off, that left door swung wide open and hit that lady door. So I'm talking about hard too. I was surprised it ain't knocked nothing loose off her door. But it did tear up the trailer though. It, bent it a little bit. So yeah. I'm sorry, I'm looking at how she back in her truck. Actually, no, she just put it in straight. Oh, that's dope. But yeah, I told, bent the door, got out, made sure nothing was wrong with hers, and that basically taught me, I from this point, I'm not listening to these people. I got to make sure my equipment, because I don't want to tell nobody stuff. So I'm trying to make sure that first off, my tractor's not messed up, and the trailer that I'm assigned to is not messed up. So what I should have done was told her, whatever. I'm not, I'm not listening to none of that. I'm finna get out here and close it. If you're not gonna close it, I'm gonna close it. So that's what I should have done. But lesson learned. At this time, I'm fighting against the clock. A 14-hour clock going down, and it ain't much around Champaign. So I go to a truck stop. It was fully packed, so I had to drive all the way down to a rest area. Luckily, that was not packed, and I was able to just pull in. Then the next day, they gave me a load going back from Champaign to like Harrisonville, Missouri, at a Walmart. So I got up there, back there. My dispatcher told me initially it was supposed to be a dropping hook. Got there, check in, and she was like, "Oh well, we didn't have any empty trailers, so we're gonna have to live load you." I'm like, "Okay, dang," and I have to back run all these people because it's daytime and there's a lot of people around. Plus, I was early because I thought it was a dropping hook. So she told me to back because I had to wait 2 hours before she even called me to dock the trailer. So I had to back in. That took forever. After I was trying to back into a spot because there wasn't that many spots to open, and there was one guy, he couldn't even get into it, but I think it's because he probably was a rookie like me. So I went ahead and tried to get to it because that's the only option I had at this point. And I couldn't get into it. I came this close, like literally this close. I'm not even over exaggerating, from hitting the trailer on the right side. Something told me while I was backing to get out, stop, and look, which is what you should do anyway. Get out and look. That's why they teach it to you. But yeah, I did close, got out. Luckily, the guy who was waiting on them to load him, he had been waiting up for so long. He just happened to get out of the truck and was like, he was trying to tell me, if you can pull up, closer to my truck and then just do a straight back. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I asked him, I was like, hey, do you mind if you, just spot me, since you're already out your truck and everything. He didn't mind. And I asked him for some pointers, and he was just like, never do this, because you're always going to end up hitting that trailer on the right side and everything like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. End up getting that in. Went back. She called me 2 hours later to back into a dock. Sat there for like a good 30-45 minutes. She called me again. Okay, can you back into another dock? I'm like, you know what? Y'all is really trying it right now. I'm like, y'all do not know who is driving this truck, and I'm not good at backing. But I ain't had no choice but to do it. And mind you, nobody's helping me at this point because the dude had left. So, but I did it. I did it pretty good. I used a couple pull-ups and got it back in there. So it definitely boosted my confidence and everything. So, left at this time. I didn't have that much time left, so I ain't had no choice but to do an 8-2 split. So checked out, and I had to sit in the front of their facility, right outside of their facility, and sit on the side for like an hour, or about 2 hours, at sleeper berth, to get my clock back, because the load was due 5 o'clock the next morning, and at this time it was 4 when they loaded me, and then it was about 6 by the time I left. So yeah, had to do what I had to do. That load was going to Harrisonville, Missouri, going to Walmart. That it was raining when I got there. Like, I'm talking about pouring down raining, and it's nighttime, well, dark rather. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like, what in the world? So I made a wrong turn, made a left, supposed to make a right. And the reason why is because it was a Walmart sign, but it didn't have no arrows, and it was like a sign between a left turn and a right turn. And I'm just like, or what it looked like it should be a left. I ain't see no trucks on the right or the left, so I was like, okay, whatever, let me go to the left. Wrong turn, end up going around these tight roads and I don't even think trucks are supposed to be on. I was going past people's houses on this dirt road, like looked like the trees was low and to the point where it was gonna end up hitting a truck or trailer. Don't know if it did, but I don't think it did or nothing. So I ended up getting back. Walmart, of course, takes forever. I learned that in TNT. They want you to, they make you sit forever at the security guard. Then they won't check you in until you, unless it's a drop and hook, they won't check you in until you back in the dock, drop the trailer, disconnect from the trailer, then go in there and check. By that time, more than likely you're late, unless you just happen to get there right at an hour before you know, your appointment time. So plus it's raining and everything, so I get in there, checked in, already wet, soaking wet, sat there for about a good 30-45 minutes. Get a phone call, hey, you know, could you move your trailer a little 1 foot to the left because it won't hook? I'm like, what the heck? So I had to pull up, get out. First I had to get out in the rain, soaking wet. I didn't buy the doggone the little high visibility poncho type thing, the little wet weather thing. So I'm soaking wet, hooking up to this trailer, not too good at backing, can't see because it's dark and it's raining. And then they call me again, could you go 1 more foot to the left? I'm like, y'all is really trying to lie. I'm talking about, at this point I'm pissed off. I'm really pissed off. I'm like, first off, I'm tired. Y'all, it's raining, I'm wet, you know. It was just a lot going on. So and luckily I got it in, and they loaded pretty quickly. Then I had to go to Sap Brothers and go to sleep. Then they gave me my third load. Had to drive about 100 miles back to, 100 miles north and go in Missouri, and I'm taking this load to Texas. Got there, and I just sat there. It was kind of tight there when I was backing. Took about 20-30 minutes for me to get that trailer back in, but I ain't care at this point. I was like, it is what it is. You know, I'm taking my precious time. I ain't telling nobody stuff. And I just stayed the night there because it was one of them loads where the appointment time was like 7 o'clock in the morning to like 4 o'clock in the morning the next day. And lo and behold, they waited till like 4 o'clock in the morning the next day. So it was just like, well, we'll knock on your door, you know, when your load is ready so you can hook up to it. Because they it was kind of like a drop. I dropped the empty trailer and then they'll bring out the, you know, the other trailer or whatever. And he was like, we'll knock on your door when you get your bills and everything. I was like, matter of fact, don't even do that. Because they had overnight parking. I was like, sir, just don't even worry about it. You get them bills, just keep them. I'm going to sleep. I got plenty of time on this load. Plus Target, I'm going to Target. They said I can't be there more than 30 minutes before my appointment time. So I was like, I ain't no rush at all. So I was like, you know what, don't even knock on my door. I'm finna get me some good sleep. And when I'm ready to pick up this load, I'll go ahead and come down there and get the load from you. He was like, perfectly fine. I was like, okay, cool. So picked it up. And now I'm just basically, I stayed the night here in what is this, Oklahoma. And just waiting basically so I can drive. So yeah, that's what it is. I'm no accidents, still driving safely. You know, taking my time and everything, doing the best I can with these, you know, pre-planning and pre-trips and all that good stuff. So if y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, you know, feel free to put them in the comment section. I always appreciate y'all for watching my videos, subscribing and liking everything. So I, you know, keep getting new subscribers, and also the people, you know, that always thank me and everything. Appreciate y'all for real. But other than that, that's where I'm at right now. I'm learning something new every day. It does feel a lot better being on my own, you know, not having somebody looking over my shoulder all the time. That's definitely a good feeling, because training was, you know, getting on my nerve, but it was definitely worth it. Yeah, so appreciate y'all. Y'all be blessed, and y'all, you know, driving trucks out there, you know, stay blessed, you know, stay safe. Anybody think about, you know, coming to trucking, you know, y'all, it's definitely a good move. Other than that, y'all have a great day.